Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So yeah, we had a little bit of a shake-up here, but nothing really substantial. Basically, we're still in the same scenario. Nothing has changed. It was only a bit of a shake and break here after the Fed announcement. We'll get to that in a minute. We are still of the opinion that we are heading down here in a 5-wave move off wave C, off wave 2. Still expected to form a lasting bottom in this area here between 1130 and 1330, but really we can now reduce that area down because we've already hit the 1330 level. So what we're gonna do, just gonna move out, zoom out a little bit and then just make that a bit smaller because we have already reached that area anyway, so there's no reason to still keep it at 1330. So the expectation is to get down into the region between 1130 and at least the previous swing low. So that's why we reduce it here in the video. And it's currently looking like that price has topped in wave 4. We have a nice ABC. So if we measure that, I mean, price could still push a little higher if we look at the 1-to-1 ratio, but that would be to 1424 and then come down. That would be an accurate price target for a wave C. If we take a look at the Fibonacci retracement levels, can do that as well for wave 4. So then, yeah, 1422 would still be a possibility. That would also be the 38.2% Fib level before we come down. But I think we're getting close to the end of this wave 4. And you know, nothing has been invalidated. Again, it was just a little bit of volatility, and I'm still expecting one more low. As I mentioned to you in the previous video, without a problem, this wave 4 could push a little bit higher to 1422 or 1467. Above that level, it will just get very unlikely that we are still in a wave 4. We need to look at a different scenario then, but this for me, as you know, is the most likely one now. That, you know, maybe we push a bit higher, but really the 1422 level is a key level. That is the most likely retracement level for a wave 4. So that is 1422, and at the latest after touching that level, we should be pushing down. So as you might know, I did start to accumulate here and there Ethereum, only smaller positions. After taking some profits here in the 1700 area, which we talked about, and then started with a very small position here at 1500, another very small position here at 1330, which is slightly in profit now, but I expect that to get underwater when we make that new low. And then, however, I will, as I said, I will get serious in this area here between 1130 and now 1280. So that's what I'm looking out for. What you need to understand and always remember is that cryptos have a tendency to exaggerate in their last move. Yeah? So they have a heightened tendency to overreact, especially in their final moves. So don't be surprised to see here an extension to the downside that could even push to $1,000. Important to understand. If we break the $1,000 level, it will become very problematic for that assumption here. And it will get quite likely that we're actually going to break the June low and will then head into the region around $650. But this here is a high, let's say high reward, low risk setup. It's an amazing one that you don't get every day. A possible 1-2 setup. These are generally the highest probability setups where you can buy very close to support, and then it's up to you if you use a stop loss or not. And the reward would be amazing if it works out. Yeah? Reward would be all the way up to $3,000 in this wave 3. Now, no guarantee that we will get to $3,000, but I can tell you when I will start to take profits if it works out, which we never know. Yeah, we never know that. Yeah, I think it's important to understand that, but we can make assumptions. So let's say we get down to maybe 1130, then yeah, you know, if we look at that, the target for the wave 3, the 1.618 extension is $3,000. but I would probably start to take profits around the 1-to-1 ratio at 2,300. It's just from experience where sometimes these are already turning around, yeah. But let's see, first of all, we need to get into this area, hold support, and then reverse. And what is a signal that we are moving higher? This is always a trade-off that every trader has to make. So either you buy at a really good price, close to support, without real confirmation that we are reversing, or you buy with a reversal signal, but then obviously don't have the best price. So this is something that every trader needs to have a trade-off, make a trade-off for themselves. Of course, the best signal would be, that is the best signal, the best confirmation you can actually get, is if from this wave 2 we are reversing in a first 5-wave move. So basically from this wave 3 we are reversing in an impulse to the upside, we're coming down in a wave 2, and then we're breaking the high of the wave 1 of the wave 3. But of course, you might be buying in, and this is just here for illustration purposes. It's not really, because I don't know how high the wave 1 will go, but you might then not buy in before you are at 1,700. But then you need to make that trade-off. Do you buy at a higher price, further away from support, but have a better or higher likelihood of the trade working out because you already have a confirmation signal? Or do you buy close to support, and if the trade fails, which it will, when you trade closer to support, it will fail more often, but then you risk less because your stop loss is much closer. So again, because I always get the question, what's the best entry point? And this is a question not to answer. You have to decide that for yourself. Do you want to buy in with the best price, but you risk that the trade fails because you don't have a signal yet? Or do you wait until you have a signal, but the profit is lower? And this is just the trade-off, unfortunately, everybody has to do. I can tell you what I do. I will start to buy in here, and will, when it works out, buy again in wave 2 of wave 3. And then we have a 1-2, 1-2 setup, and then hopefully we go. Yeah, and that's what I do, and that's my update about Ethereum. So I think, we still need to wait a little bit until the dust has settled. There isn't really much that we can read into this yet, but what I can tell you is that there was quite a lot of selling volume here, and it's looking like we've topped, as I said, okay? Because in that high, this was another lower high, and we might very well break down now. And if we break below the 1311 level, then you have your confirmation, I think, that we are coming down. Good, that's my update about Ethereum. So hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.